Thank you very much. Welcome everybody that is here in person to Parma. It's been fantastic to start seeing everybody in person, and a very warm welcome also to all our participants that are attending virtually. Let me first thank my collaborators. So ERA, the European Renal Association, is hosting this. We are very proud and very grateful to Professor Loreto Gesualdo Tino, who, without his energy, this has already been said before, we would not even be here. So let's give the nephrology world back what the nephrology world should have in the first place. I speak by mind, and so you will apologize. I apologize for this, but I think this is a great and incredible initiative. I would also like to thank Professor Gesualdo's team, in particular Dr. Giusto. He has been instrumental in supporting us also throughout this. Least but not last, Laura Azzolini, our marketing and communication manager, and also my personal assistant, Moni, who's in the back and who's been supporting us very much for this meeting. So I have a few slides to present. And so we are the European Renal Association, former ERA DTA. I am Monica Fontana, I'm the Executive Director. Next slide, please. Okay. So everybody knows the European Renal Association. We were founded in 1963. We have over 6,000 members, mainly in Europe, but in reality all over the world. We organize the most important nephrology congress in Europe, and by numbers, the second largest worldwide. We publish 2 journals, Nephrology Dialysis Transplantation and CKJ, Clinical Kidney Journal. We have a registry. This has already been mentioned during this meeting. We collect we collect data from dialysis centers for very important epidemiological studies, and I'd like to underline that we have the biggest research center in Amsterdam. This is where the registry is based for pediatric nephrology. We also have fellowship programs, research and education programs, and that is why we are here today, because this is our core activity. It's one of the aims of the European Renal Association. We have 8 working groups and various committees. So what is the role of ERA in this incredible journey? Because I think it is a journey. Mainly dissemination and exploitation, but also quality assurance, implementation, preparation, coordination. I will go very quickly through a short timeline. As you can see, some of these items have already been put in place. There are more details. I'd like to also outline that many of these packages are done in collaboration with the Vascular Access Society. We are the main societies that are coordinating the dissemination, communication, and exploitation plan. You can see the different steps that we are involved in, and in particular, I'd like to highlight, apart from this meeting, the first kickoff meeting officially was done, unfortunately not in Bari. We were not able to do this due to the pandemic, but this was done regularly. So I'd like to underline that notwithstanding difficulties, we've been on track. And this is thanks to the very, very hard work of all parties involved. We also are having today this meeting. We are very grateful that all the 40 let's say, participants that will be putting their hands in practice to make this, to enlarge their own personal CV, but hopefully this will then expand and become the norm in a few years for nephrology training. So we're very happy to have them on board during this meeting. We also, however, will use ERA, in particular our Congress, to give updates on NPATH. We do not want this to stop. We want to keep people informed of how things are going, the new technologies that we have already seen, the new instruments that we will be having during this course, In particular, we will have a session organized in our Paris next year at our Congress, and one in Milano in 2023, as we have already done at the Congress this year as well. I think this is my last slide. I will be very short, and then I think the Vascular Access Society will giving their presentation. So this is just another administrative point, because these are things that we need to do. Most of them have already been implemented. So please do become, share on Twitter, let's say, activate your Twitter account, make sure you're one of the NPATH, let's say, use Twitter to promote NPATH, YouTube as well. Make sure that all your colleagues know about this and spread the voice. Thank you very much.